My name's Mason, and I'm in the blue light glasses now.
My name's Tot, and I washed my hair today.
And this is What Are We Talking About?
We are deep diving
into Love is Blind. Is love truly blind?
I don't know.
Wow.
Is it? At you guys' request, we will be doing a deep dive into Love is Blind, the new season 10. We are going to be breaking up each of our episodes for 3 episodes of Love Island. Love is Blind.
You go, you got this.
For Love is Blind, we're going to do them in 3 episode increments. So we're bringing you the first 3 episodes and our thoughts on that today. Do you have any other words before we take it away?
We got some hot takes, people. I feel like a lot of you have the same ideas from last season, so let's see if we can keep that going into this one. But we were prepared this time.
I have notes.
Names, people. We're not just saying that one girl hitting you with the "I'm thinking" snap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We're getting better. Okay, so this is the 10th season of Love is Blind. Me personally, I think they should have stopped at season 1. I don't know how many times you can do this experiment and have it just go exceptionally wrong.
Right.
to keep trying, but television.
Movie. I was about to say movie magic.
I mean, that's
TV magic.
It's part of it. Okay, this season is set in Ohio. We're coming off of season 9 that had 0 marriages, actually, which I think is the first season to have 0 marriages. So
I wish I could remember my boy's name from last season, but he hurt the black dude with the glasses. He hurt my heart.
Oh, Edmund.
Oh my gosh, that hurt my heart, bro.
Yeah, we had some complicated feelings about that one, for sure. So I'm going to go through quickly and introduce all the women and men we have taking part of the experiment that they show us and give us their names. So for the women's side, we've got Emma, who's 27. She's a retail merchandiser. We've got Dynasty, who is 33, and she's a marketing manager. We've got Brittany, who's 32. She's a nurse. We've got Bree, who's 29, who's a real estate agent. We've got Alyssa, 38, who is a nurse. We've got Priyanka, who's 33, who is a tech recruiter. We've got Amber, who's 34, who is a nurse practitioner. We've got Christine, who is 30. She's a speech language pathologist. We've got Jessica, 38, who's an internal medicine doctor. Brianna, who's 33, who's in product development.
Nice.
Kia, who is 30, and she's a marketing director. We've got Tyler, who's 32. She's a design director. We've got Ashley, who is 33, who is a claims supervisor. And that rounds out our women. Okay, and for our men, shout out to the women. Yes. For our men, we've got Kevin, 34. He's an accountant. We've got Vic, 33. He's a professor of public policy. We've got Devontae, who is 31, who is a sales manager. We've got Mike, 29. He is also a sales manager. We've got Parker, who is 28. He's a business owner. We've got Kevon, who is 31, who is a realtor. We've got Jordan, who's 33, who is a software salesman. We've got Chris, 32, who is also in software sales. We've got Connor, who's 31. We've got another account manager. Steven, 31, who's in finance. We've got Alex, who is 30, and he is a soccer coach. And that rounds out our men.
Yay! For the fellas, who.
Ooh, yeah.
That was kind of racist. Ooh, that was.
We're already being problematic. Okay, so we're gonna starting off with episode 1, which is called Honey, I'm Home. Okay, we're introduced right off the bat to a couple of people in the pods. Wow, we've got a lot here. Okay, we're going to start first. We've got Amber right out the gates. She's in the pods with Jordan, and she has a daughter who's 7.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Jordan is... wait.
Jordan, he's 33. He's a software sales.
Yes. Jordan is hilarious.
We love Jordan.
She has a type of humor that you can tell is very genuine, even though it's awkward. Like, it's very awkward, but it's a good taste.
Whoa. Jordan is who she is in the pods with. Her name is Amber.
Oh, Amber. My fault. My fault. Amber.
Yes.
Jordan's cool too.
We do love Jordan. We do love Jordan. Okay, we found this kind of funny that we commend her for getting that off her chest right out the gate. The production was being crazy because the music went from happy-go-lucky to being very serious really quickly.
Oh, yeah. That was hilarious.
Which was kind of funny, but, I mean, it was a serious topic. But we were like, guys, the production is already doing its thing.
They said, what type of food do you like? Well, I like this. Okay, just to let you know, I have a kid. And then, boom. I was like, dang.
Okay. Like, y'all know how Netflix does with
yeah, that was dramatic.
Jeez Louise. Amber also in this pod on the first day. Mind you, okay, I'm saying first day because this is the first episode. This is the first we're seeing. Obviously, we know they skip around with their pod dates. It could not be necessarily their first day, but from what we're seeing, it's our first day, and Amber immediately trauma dumps on us about a terrible Christmas for her and her kid.
Yeah.
That was kind of sad.
But informational.
Very sad, very informational, but I think it led up to, like, she gave that trauma dump just to be like, listen, like, I am here so that I have a man that is going to be in the weeds with me.
Yeah, I'm not going through this by myself.
I'm not going through this by myself. Period. We get introduced to Christine very briefly in the pods, and all we learn from her at this point in time is that she wants to be the Super Bowl house.
Yes, that's the apex of her dreams and what she aspires to be. We should all respect it,
and we will respect it,
no matter what it is.
Yes.
She wants to be the Super Bowl house.
Yes, we pop over to Jessica in the pod. I don't remember who she was in the pod with. I don't know. At this point, this is the beginning. They're flashing, different aspects of the pod.
Just them talking.
So we're not really focusing on who exactly they're having conversations with. So I think that's why we don't have who she's with in this for Christine either. But for Jessica here, we did find this really crazy, but the way she described working as a nurse during COVID was very...
Oh, yeah. It was crazy.
She was just like, yeah, I watched a lot of people die. I mean, I think we could have deduced that just by you saying that you worked during COVID.
Exactly.
I don't think you had to, say it like that. That was kind of off-putting for me, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was just kind of crazy.
It was like, I don't know where to go from the conversation from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow.
Yeah.
I'll hit her with that's crazy.
Yeah. We also learned that she is divorced.
Yes, she is divorced.
Okay, and we also get to see Chris for a short period of time. Chris is, he's in software sales, okay, but he's also super active. He does jujitsu, and he does a cold plunge in the morning.
Yes.
Which is a slay. And he was in the pods with Brianna, who was eating it up. She was eating up his little tidbits about his active life. And we also learned about Brianna that her nickname is Breezy, and she decided
she calls everybody.
She decided to tell every single man she ended up in the pod with that her nickname was Breezy, so we're having a little repeat of Sparkle Meg here.
Yeah, Sparkle Meg from last year. We have another one.
Yeah, I will say that Breezy is a better nickname.
Yeah, for sure. I can't. Yeah. Who's out here just saying Sparkle Meg?
I couldn't get behind the Sparkle Meg. I really couldn't. But Breezy, I could go with Breezy.
Yeah. Breezy's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta dance. Like, you gotta dance as something. You can't just take Breezy and not be able to dance. Hit a at least a handstand.
Do we?
Minimum.
Do we think, from what we've seen of Breezy, that she can dance? So
next on the agenda.
Also, she was in the pods with. At this point, I think she's in the pod with Connor. Okay. And they start talking about Mr. Brightside. I have a question for the people. Because he used her liking Mr. Brightside as a way of it being like this big telltale sign that she was from Michigan or that she liked Michigan or whatever. I just want to know, how does Mr. Brightside and Michigan coincide?
Right.
I just need to know.
I need to know the inside joke of that.
Someone let us know in the comments, because I was just a little confused and I didn't feel like Googling it to try to figure it out.
Right.
So Connor went to OU. OU mentioned Slay. And so Connor liked to give people out stars.
Oh, yes. What do we do? Wickle. Who am I, SpongeBob? What's going on?
So this is our first qualm with Connor. I think I can spoil it for you a little bit to tell you that we do grow to like Connor more.
Yeah.
But initially he was giving us a little red flag vibe because him and his good noodle stars, he was just handing them bitches out.
Yeah.
He was just handing them out, and he was just being so like, I'm telling you what you want to hear right now in the beginning, that he scared me a little.
That was a love bombing one?
Yeah.
The love bombing one. He was definitely love bombing on the first link up with a lot of people, you know.
Yeah, because like in the span of us seeing him, it's probably span of 5 minutes on the television show, he told 2 different women that he was going to marry them.
Yes.
So in our notes here, we didn't put love, we put marriage bombing, because we were like, what? Why would you say that?
Why would you say that
to both of them so early? And I understand it was probably a little bit more of a sense of humor type of deal at this point, like of what we know of him now. But at the time, it's just like, whoa, I don't think we should. With how serious his experience is supposed to be, I don't think we should throw that around. Yeah.
Dude,
I'm so sorry.
There's so much information, people.
So much information. Okay, so Emma does trauma dump onto Connor a little bit right off the bat.
Yeah.
But he was very reassuring and receptive of her feelings of that. But we backed that up with the fact that he was still giving too many like finite statements of like, I'm never gonna leave.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna do this. And it's like, well, we can't say that so early because we don't know.
Exactly. We don't even know how you react.
Right. So it's like, it was great reassurance. It was just too early of a reassurance for it to feel like it actually meant anything to me.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah. We have reached the Emma of it all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
So, spoiler alert, as I'm sure most people do not like Emma.
I don't like Emma.
She's getting on my nerves.
I don't like Emma.
At this point in the introduction of her, you know, I think we were still learning her. So, some things we have about her is she's not sure about if she wants kiddos because of her medical concerns and not knowing her birth family, which is a valid take. Oh, yes.
Special guest.
She's doing great. We found out she's a dance girly, and she was feeling extremely supported by Mike. So this is her second person that she's talking to. She's talking to Mike, and she's talking to Connor. Let's see. Oh, so this is when Mike and her are talking about children. So this is when we find out that because of the medical concerns, like, she is unsure. The talk about children definitely triggered her, like, you could tell.
For sure. Every time it's brought up, she gets a little defensive wall.
Yeah, which is understandable, but at the same time, she, at this point, was not opening up fully as to why.
Right.
And so she was having a certain reaction that I don't think Mike was understanding. But at the same time, I feel like Mike was just was trying too hard to, like, force her to agree that she'd be a good mom and to just, like, immediately change her mind.
Right.
And that was a little red flag from Mike that I didn't appreciate either. But also, she did that. This was the time when she did that weird thing. And all she had to do was tell him that she might not see him tomorrow, you remember? And she called him Buddy and everything. That was terrible.
Buddy was crazy. Let's take it. She was so disrespectful to this man whenever the conversation wasn't going her way. The way she acted out, she would always, like, throw a jab and then be like, nah, I didn't mean it. Like, I didn't really mean it like that. But she did just call him Buddy and stuff like that. So yeah, Emma was very disrespectful. Yeah,
because it got to the point to where he could tell that the way the conversation was going, that it would probably be better if they did not meet again. And I think he asked her about it, to which she responded, I'll fit you in. No, don't say that. Like, you literally can just be like, you can just straight up of, I'm not sure.
Exactly.
Or no, or just say yes. Like, you know, and so we determined that the reason why that she still has not found a partner is because she's actually just an asshole.
For sure. She keeps asking people to be, like, more emotionally deep with her, but she feels like just because she mentions her, of course, situation, like that's the only thing she has to say about herself that's deep. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of unfair a little bit. She's putting a lot of pressure on the other person, and I think that's why she's not getting the reciprocation of that.
Yeah, for sure. Mind you, she is the youngest on the cast right now at 27.
Okay.
Which is also kind of like frying me just a tad, because I'm like, you're only 27.
Right.
Like, it's okay.
It really is.
It's really okay. Oh, so I made some determining marks about Mike, basically saying that, wow, like he definitely scratched her off the list after the buddy thing. We find out in the future that didn't. They go into the pods again.
Actually, yeah. They're actually moving up on each other's lists. It's crazy.
It's really crazy. We get some more in-depth news about Steven. So Steven was also in the pods with Emma, and I think this is when I actually don't know. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Take that back. Some of my notes about Emma do reflect off of her pod with Steven as well. So, first of all, Steven, super big-hearted guy. He mentions he wants to do Big Brother when he gets out of here. Mm-hmm. He has a big love and expectations for her family, and he seems really wholesome. But Emma called him unserious.
Yeah, she did on multiple occasions, actually.
And that rubbed me the wrong way, just because I think initially, especially with it being the first episode and it being alluded to that's very early on into the experiment, like, yes, there are certain people that want to get straight to the nitty-gritty or whatever, but then, like, I feel like he was being appropriately asking surface level questions to kind of get and build to a certain place before getting that way, and which is also very hypocritical of her, because she never gets deep.
Literally.
So that was just kind of annoying.
And that's just the way he talks. Like, some people just have that kind of dealing with difficult situations as joking, you know? It's not everybody's cup of tea, but that's just him.
Yeah, so, with her being very accusatory about how undeep that he is getting, he does in fact flip the mirror onto Emma, mm-hmm. which I loved.
Yeah, that was good.
He was like, okay, Miss Ma'am, let's talk about you. Like, exactly. Like, I, shared this, that, and the third, and yes, they may have been, like, anecdotes about my life that you could or could not have, like, that you could have gone without.
Right.
But when I reciprocated to ask you about those things, you're giving me short answers.
I really didn't do that in college. I really never did that. I wasn't really interested.
My first guess wasn't very memorable.
It wasn't memorable. It's like,
I was enjoying Steven having that malicious compliance. Like, this is when I like malicious compliance, because he wasn't really giving her anything, but he was at the same time. Yeah. Like, he was giving her deep in storytelling and, like, how those situations, like, made him feel. But in a way, like, yes, those things build a person, but it wasn't the deep that she wanted. So I love that it didn't satisfy her, because she also wasn't giving.
Yeah.
So I very much love that, very much. And I also hate how she kind of made him have to be the one to be like, this isn't working.
Yeah.
Like, we should see other people, because she very much it was very clear that she didn't function or connect with Steven anymore, and instead of just saying that, she, like, beat around the bush to kind of make him say it for her, and that's just terrible. We just dislike Emma very much. So now we're going to move on to episode 2. Episode 2 is called A Sticky Situation. Okay, so we got our first couple.
Yes.
Our first couple, we've got Vic and Christine, so we get the montage of all their sweet moments in the pod, and we get to see their reveal. I'm vibing with them.
Yeah, they're my number ones right now. Vic is super cool, and he's an individual who went in there, knew what he wanted. He didn't play with feelings. I feel like it was straight to the point, and you know what I'm saying? He handled business. Like, I really respect Vic and how he's carrying himself so far. Now, I've had these same feeling with people back in the day. I can't remember homie who used to be on his phone all the time. Mm-hmm. I had much respect for him. I don't know if it was 2 seasons ago, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, he checked off all the marks, but when he got back into the States in the apartment, he started acting a little different. So we gonna see how this transgressed. But right now, 10 out of 10, bro.
Yeah, and I think, too, I love that their professions complement each other, because Vic is a professor, and then Christine is a speech language pathologist. And so I think both of their, like, jobs of doing a service to others and, like, caring for a younger demographic, absolutely love that for them.
Sure.
We got an instant kiss at the reveal.
Yeah.
Vibes were great.
Instant chemistry on equal.
Yes,
equal sides.
Equal instant chemistry. He redid his proposal in person, so super sweet. And they're just super cozy. I also loved Christine's little comment when the doors closed. Some God is good, y'all.
God is good.
Watching that man walk away.
You can tell she's just like, I didn't know what I was expecting, but
this is correct.
This is correct.
Yes. So yeah, that was beautiful. It was a lovely opening to episode 2. So now we've got Emma and Mike back in the pods. And I'm tired of the talking about children.
Guys, we don't like Emma because she's a terrible person.
She's a terrible person.
It's literally nothing else. We just don't like her vibe, and I've talked to my friends too, and they don't like her vibe. Like, nobody really likes her vibe like this. And if you do, please let us know the good parts about it, because it does seem like, I don't know, she uses her I guess, a sub-level upbringing when it comes to that as an excuse to be an asshole. Right. Like, bro, you still can't be mean to people.
Right, exactly. And I think my biggest thing here is that, like, when she's in the pod with Mike here, it's like we get to episode 2, you know, it's probably been a couple days,
right.
multiple dates, okay? You were just up Steven's ass about not being serious and being deep, but this is the first time you've said anything really on a deep level and actually expressing like what your concerns were in your previous dating life, like in the real world. And so it's just like, okay, you just now felt comfortable to open up. What if he didn't?
Right.
Either, and you were trying to force the issue and you weren't even reciprocating that. I think that's my biggest frustration. For sure. My second frustration is with Mike, because I feel like instead of just saying her not wanting to have kids is a deal breaker, he keeps trying to word things to, like, convince her otherwise.
You'll be a great mom.
Like, you'll be a great mom. Like, right. I think after some time, like, I don't want kids right away. That isn't the issue.
That isn't the issue.
I don't think that's the issue. And I also think that Emma herself, I know she is scared and maybe doesn't want to just say she doesn't want to have kids, but I think for the most part, if you have a concern, like, which is valid, about medical issues, I think your stance should be no until you are fully ready to accept that. Not that you don't care what the medical issues would be, but, like, that you do
it could happen.
For real want children.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it should definitely, when wanting to go into a serious relationship, like, something as serious as children can't be a maybe.
Right.
Like, I might change my mind, I might not. Like, it needs to be a one or the other.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if that person can accept that you don't want kids, and then you do change your mind to want them, and they also want them, great. If you know, like, obviously you have to continue to navigate that, but I just feel like it should be a definite answer when it comes to children at first. And then, like you said, you can preface with, you know, could that change? Maybe. But the answer right now is no.
Right.
You know, and I feel like she doesn't say that. And then I feel like for him, he doesn't say that it's a deal breaker. He just tries to get her to change her mind. So both of those are terrible ways to go about that, for sure. But yeah, those are my qualms with them.
Yeah.
And so,
at least at this point.
Right. Okay. And now Emma continues to live on our screen, sadly, and now we're in the pods with her and Connor. I also found this crazy, and I think this also goes to show how much she just didn't connect with Steven, because Connor literally commends her for letting him open up in his own time.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, so you were forcing Steven, but you didn't force Connor. Why couldn't you just say you didn't like him?
Right.
Or, you know, like, instead of making it forcing him to do such a thing. Or, because we don't have time to play around. This is the pods. This is Love is Blind.
Exactly.
We've got 10 days or whatever they have to figure this part out.
Get a proposal.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I said. And then, the yes, you're in my top 2. That drove me nuts.
Who said that?
I think it was Connor that said it. And I think that just makes me mad because I don't want him to be with her.
He said, yes, you're in my top 2. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
I get it. But
yeah, in the pods, we understand why it's saying that. But to hear that, it's kind of like, okay, am I number 1 or number 2 at this point?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So we move back to our initial little couple here, Amber and Jordan in the pods. They both go through their trauma about being bullied when they were younger, which is really sad but kind of cute that they were able to kind of like bond over that. We love that Amber's weird.
Yeah.
She's just a weird little... She's not little, I'm sorry. She's just got a fun, weird personality, and I love that for her. Sorry, my brain just... yeah, okay. Oh, but they brought up, like, I think everyone thinks they're a little weird, to which we had a kind of short convo. I don't really think so. Like, I don't think everyone thinks they're weird, personally.
Yeah, I think everybody thinks that they are unique. Maybe.
Yeah, but I also feel like there are those people out there that would literally categorize themselves as normal.
Dang.
That is true.
That is true.
So I'm
just an average individual.
Yeah, so like obviously, yes, I think there are people who are like weird in their own way, and I feel like unique and weird are interchangeable. And most people call that out, and like a lot of people I think nowadays try to make fun of that. I'm just weird. I'm just but it's like there are people that don't think they are.
Exactly. Yeah. People just think they're normal individuals.
Yeah, I thought those. Yeah, my only little gripe with Amber is she's kind of like a little Debbie Downer on herself, and I wish she would just take a compliment.
Yeah.
Like
She always rejects it.
Yeah, or she tries to like laugh it off or something, and I just wish she would take a little compliment because she's cute and fun. Jordan made her cookies.
Yes.
That was adorable. That was
Jordan.
the best thing ever.
That's my other dude, bro. I think he's number 2 for me, for sure.
Yeah, he likes to chef it up in the kitchen, so he decided he's
the
so cute.
Hold door. That's him.
So yeah, he made her his mom's cookie.
Exactly.
Like it's a home recipe.
He knows this off the mind, people. He knows this stuff. He can just pull it out and eat.
Exactly. So that was super duper sweet, and he made enough for her to be able to like set them out in the women's quarter for all
everybody.
Beautiful. I absolutely love that. And then we gave Jordan some kudos because he speaks super well about his role in Amber's daughter's life, which I think if more people who were getting into a relationship with someone who already had children, if they took more of this stance, I think more of those relationships would be successful.
For sure.
And not just the relationship between that person, but also the relationship between them and that child.
Yeah.
Because he basically just kind of was talking along the lines of how, like, he understands that Amber's daughter has a father, so that's not necessarily what he's there for. He's there to like be a third party person that her daughter can still go to, but more along the lines of like, I don't have to be a quote unquote father figure. Like, you can view me as such if that's what you want, but I'm not coming in here as if I'm your dad. Yeah. And I thought that was really sweet because I feel like a lot of kids would appreciate that. For sure.
Especially from their stepdad, stepmom. Like, if you're just there just to be a supporting role, that's all you need to be. You don't need to be their dad, their mother, and he explains that perfectly off rip. Unless they want to, of course.
Yeah. They also brought up just a little funny because someone was talking about, like, you know, just how they try to and try not to, like, guess the, like, looks of each other. And I think Amber made a one-off comment about him being, like, a 60-year-old man or something. And so that just had me beg the question of what is the age range of this show? Like, I wonder what they look for, like, when they're scouting. Because, you know, just to deduce from our little list we have here, our youngest is 27 and our oldest is 38. So, I mean, I could see the age range guesstimated probably being 25 to 40.
Yeah, maybe, something like that. I think somewhere around there. 40.
That sounds like a good guess, but, you know, it's just a little, note for us as viewers. Also, hilariously, one of the women was like, the scariest question to ponder within this group is, am I your number one or am I your backup? And that's crazy. But it is a scary question.
It is a scary question.
Okay, so now we have the Kevon, Tyler, Kia
oh my gosh
issue to speak about.
Shout out Kia.
Kia's our girl. Kia is our girl.
Kia.
I mess with Kia heavy. Love her. So initially we have Kevon and Tyler in the pods. My first note is we love an accepting man. I don't know why I put that. It's so hard to go back and look at notes when not watching and see what's going on. I can't remember why I wrote that. Not saying that he isn't one. I just can't remember why I wrote it. Yeah, but I will expand just to the next note. You
got that one person in the background. Woo! Yeah. Yes, that's what I would say.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move on to the next note here. And as a person who can relate to growing up a little early, people need to check on him for sure.
For sure.
He went through a lot as a teen/kid, growing up and having to step into some adult shoes early on. So yeah, and then but then he ruins it by telling Tyler that there's no one else, to which we asked, what about Kia?
Yep, he lied, people. let's just call it what it is. He lied. Kevon, whoever you want to say it, lied to her face right there. Like, he said, I mean, you know,
he straight up told Tyler there's no
one else. No, it's only you. And then she's like, okay, bet. So, yeah, he lied to her.
Which is also crazy because he literally, right before he went into the pod with her, he told the men in the men's quarters that he had top 2.
Yeah.
So... Baby, that's enough, please. All right, so okay, so then we move on to
well, you're gonna cut it out anyway. Hey, what is going on?
Y'all were doing so good. We're almost done.
We're almost done. Please, we're almost done. We're almost done.
Do you want to sit with mommy? Here, come here. Come here.
No, I don't need you.
Be careful, May. If you're gonna sit, you gotta sit. You can't attack me. You just gotta sit. Sit. June, you wanna sit too? Beautiful. Now be still.
Some dogs are just gonna appear in your lap.
Still. Yep. They'll know what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're moving on to Kevon and Kia being in the pod. And they kind of go straight into the talk of if there are other connections.
Yeah.
And
very mature.
Right. Before we get to the mature part, though, he says, if it comes up, I'll let you know. Okay, but why don't you just tell
me?
Because you left your previous date under the guise that Tyler was your number one, so why wouldn't you tell Kia right then and there
exactly
that she was? But once we get into it, he gets better.
Yeah.
He does do better. Kia, you can tell that she's upset, but she handles it like very
mature.
grown woman.
Very mature.
Very grown woman. She, like we are all thinking all the time, she hits them straight up with we all joined this experiment.
Knowing what we were getting into. Knowing
everyone's getting to know each other. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing in here to figure out who your wife is gonna be.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit here and, throw a fit, this, that, and the third. So we give her major props for that.
Exactly.
Definitely was afraid she was gonna cuss him out. For sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. She did a 180. She did the crazy 180 comeback.
Absolutely chose the classy route. Did great. He is a worrywart.
Kevon?
Yes. Mind you, okay, so me and Mason have started calling him Kevon because of Vic.
Vic's studious self.
Vic calls him Kevon because that's how it's spelt, but everyone else calls him Kevin. And I don't like it.
No,
so
Kevon is way better.
Kevon. So yeah, he is definitely a worrywart. He needs to do a little better with regulating his feelings, and they were getting a little deep and sentimental right in there, for sure.
Which ultimately I feel like made her have a great comeback.
Exactly.
Yeah, she had a great comeback story because she was out. She was kind of getting labeled out, like she was the number 2. He was about to go, but then she made a comeback, boy. 3-1, Golden State Cavs.
So now we're in the women's quarters, and I have a note, from Tyler here. Careful with those B words, babe, because we don't know who's the side and who's the main when it comes to who Kevon wants. You also don't know who you're talking about.
Exactly.
Mind you, it literally could be the person you're sitting next to, since no one likes to share who they're speaking to, rightfully so. So just gotta be careful.
Gotta be careful.
Then production hit us again with another music change when Kia comes in the room, and I was just like, guys, let's be so for real.
Elephant in the room, man.
Yes. Okay. So now we are back with. Okay, this got crazy. Now we are back with Kevon and Tyler, and we're getting straight to it. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is when Tyler becomes very, very accusatory, and it kind of starts going at him.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of crazy, but slightly warranted, because he did in fact fuck up by saying that there was no one else.
He did.
He shouldn't have said that. That's where he messed up. If he would have just refrained from saying that at all, I don't think we'd be having this strong of reaction or this situation whatsoever. I knew that was going to bite him in the butt for sure, and he should have just been a bit more genuine about that. Kia being so open for sure is what I think confused him even more, though. Even if he was telling the truth, I think her reaction kind of gave him pause
for sure.
To be like, okay, wait a minute, this may be the type of maturity I want and need from a partner. Tyler's feelings were definitely hurt, and I do feel bad about that. That's for sure. But Kia was the more understanding party.
For sure.
Again, if he didn't lie, she probably could have been more understanding. But that was a yikes, for sure. I did feel bad for him, but he did kind of set it up for his own self with that, for sure. And then they psych us up to have 2 proposal reveals in one episode, and then the episode goes off, which is really rude that they did that to us, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, so now we're going to pop into our last episode that we're going to recap over and then give you a summary of our thoughts so far. So episode 3 is called Redo.
They do.
So we do. So we get our second couple on the scene. We've got Amber and Jordan. Period.
Yes, sir.
We get our montage, of course, of all their sweet moments. We get how Jordan proposed in the pod, and then we get their reveal. Super sweet reveal. We did mention it did seem that Amber was a little unsure at first.
Yeah.
It did kind of seem that way, but I think she warmed up really quickly.
Yeah, I think she was just in shock.
I agree. And what did it for me was was Amber's hand placement. Period.
Yep.
Said,
You gotta watch the little things, people.
You gotta watch the little things. She said, let me test out the facilities here, okay? Period. So that was super sweet, super cute. We love that. We're gonna move straight into the pods. We've got Devontae and Brittany.
Yep.
For a refresh, because we also forgot who Brittany was. Brittany is 32. She's a nurse. Okay, she's super cute, super sweet. Okay. I will say my kind of red flag moment from her though is I think it's weird to buy a wedding dress just because it's on sale.
Oh yeah.
Without having a fiance, I just think that's a little odd.
That's just a little odd.
Different strokes for different folks, but I just think that's a little odd. The I'm feeling stuff that cracked me up. I'm like,
which one was that?
That was Brittany as well.
Oh, for real?
Just saying, I'm feeling stuff. Okay, well, what does that?
What does that mean? You're just vague as a mug.
They were talking pretty light. Their convo was pretty light. And she brought up how she would be the first to do the wobble in the electric slide, to which our main man responded with,
oh, yeah.
that he would do the worm.
Worm. Oh, my gosh.
Mason wasn't feeling that.
At all, bro. What kind of response is that? While y'all do the wobble and the Cupid show, I'm going to do the worm. What?
The what?
What? Instant conversation ender.
I can't lie. I don't think I've heard about the worm since maybe middle school.
Yeah, I'll be like, let's try again tomorrow.
Let's try again tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Okay, children are a large topic this season. I don't think I've seen a season where they
literally everybody mentions it. Yeah.
It's a great topic to talk about. I do just think it's crazy that it's so big this season.
Look at the battle for territory over here.
Okay. Oh, all right. Bait and ship.
Yep.
All right. So we're in here with Alex and Ashley. Okay. Alex is the soccer coach who is 30, and then Ashley is the claims supervisor, 33. Okay. So they Alex trauma dumps, a big one, about his soccer career and how that kind of changed.
He could have went pro.
He could have went pro. Technically did get drafted, but then
nobody came to.
But then couldn't play because of his injury,
and nobody showed support, which was crazy.
Yeah, it was a really sad story. I feel for the kid that went through that, because that's not fun at all. But at the same time, he connects everything to soccer, and that's starting to annoy me. Yeah. He can't say a single sentence without soccer being involved.
Hey, well, who knew there was a soccer draft? Did y'all know that?
I will say, I don't think a single of my club coaches ever mentioned a soccer draft to me when going professional. I always assumed it was kind of just a recruit / tryout.
Yeah, I thought clubs just pick people up.
I just that's really cool. I did do some research on that. It is only a US and Canada thing. So like all the big major league teams overseas don't do it, so that could be another reason why it's just not really that well known. But I also think it attests to the fact that soccer loves to get the short end of the stick, because we know about everybody else's draft, and we can watch everybody else's draft on television.
That has to be on the bucket list.
But we can't, I wonder if they televise it.
They have to, something.
Because that's so rude if they don't. We're going to have a soccer draft party.
Right.
All right. So, and then Alex decides to propose to Ashley.
Yes.
In this same pod sitting very early on into this episode, and she says yes, and his response is awesome. To which we didn't really like, but
it's whatever. He's a bro.
He's a bro. He's an athlete bro. Yeah. Kevon is killing me.
Yes.
Yes, at this point he's killing me. I was feeling bad at first. At this point I am not feeling so bad anymore.
Kevon seems like the individual that's kind of, like I said before, He is enjoying being the centerpiece of all the action between two girls, but is alluding to he's trying to come off as a person who's like, nah, I want to choose the right person and all that stuff. Well, you got to choose it, brother. You only got how many days?
I think at this point they only have a few 4 or so days.
Yeah, bro. And you can't keep love bombing and saying one thing to what's her name, Tyler. Tyler, and then coming back to Tia and talking about like I have 2 people, and then with Tyler you're just like, nah, you're just the number one.
Yeah. So this is coming off of
And then doubling back and coming back and saying, actually, you're not the number one. There's actually interchangeable number ones now.
Interchangeable number ones?
He'd be doing that all the time. You were number one an hour ago. Now, I don't know.
So this is coming off of Tyler storming out of their date. It was really cute. This is another reason why we love Jordan. It's because when Jordan finds out that she walked out of Kevon's date, he acts like he responds in such a way that you would have thought Kevon was his childhood best friend walking up to him saying that his high school sweetheart has left him now.
He said, nah.
He was very upset about that, and I love that for him. Kia, we're on your side, and we love the cameraman operator who was talking to Tyler in her confessional, because he clocked her tea about being a quitter, because she, like I said, she walks out of the date and he's like, isn't that what you do with all
your previous ones?
And she just kind of goes, yeah.
Huge look in the mirror moment, and it was crazy.
Mirror moment. So yeah, I don't really like Tyler at this point. The producer now decides, hey, well, you guys still have time in that date. Mind you, she walked through the women's quarters and threw a tantrum, had everyone crying with her, hugging her, whatever, and then
stormed out.
Waltzes back in casually, dropping a redo.
Redo? What? We just all cried for you.
We just all cried for you. I'm mad, and I'm pretty sure it was Brittany that said it, because I think I recognized her voice, but I love that she said, not the redo.
Not, bro.
Because that's crazy.
How you gonna get us all worked up and then come back? Actually, I changed my mind, guys. I'm gonna just go in here.
Yeah, for sure. And then,
not a good look.
I believe she is the one that mentioned as well, like, girlfriend, then fiance, and all the things. Like, this is not that. We don't do girlfriends
We're getting
here.
engaged.
Like, this is like, you realize you're supposed to be saying I do in a month. Like, this is not girlfriend territory.
Literally.
Here. So now we are with Chris.
Yes.
He's in his confessionals and he's bringing up the age difference between the 2 women that he's talking to. That being Breezy and Jessica.
Jessica
are those 2, because Jessica is older than him and then Breezy is younger than him. And he brings up the difference. He doesn't explain why it's like a factor.
It was just a random fact.
It's just a random fact that I guess he just decided to tell us. And then he goes into his date with Jessica and is like swooning over her, but had just moments before said that Bree was his number 1. So we're also confused.
We're all confused.
Yeah, and then, which is extra crazy, is he said that Bree was his number 1, but then when talking to Jessica, he mentions that he does have a second connection, but says that it's like having a bro.
Yeah.
To which made me even more confused, but I'm going to let him have that one. We get a little snippet of Connor and Emma, to which Connor admits that Emma is his number 1, and I don't like that.
Which is crazy, bro. I did not see that. I did not see that going that way.
I did not, and I don't like it. But then we get a switch up. Because this is like the episode of the switch ups, because then Connor immediately goes into a date with Breezy and then says that that's his number 1.
Yep.
So the switch up was very crazy and it was insane.
Yeah.
So that is,
and I think Emma is slowly picking up on who Breezy is talking about in the pods at this point.
Yes, there is a lot of chatter in the women's room, and it's dwindling down to who is left with their first choices. So I think she's starting to figure it out.
For sure.
She was giving some shady looks to her, for sure. So we actually get our second reveal of the episode for real in this episode. So we get to see Alex and Ashley meet. This is when Alex continues to get on our nerves and give us more weird psycho energy, because he decides to say in his confessional, as we're supposed to be talking about how much looks don't matter, he says, and I quote, "I know what I look like, and I know her heart, so I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what she looks like."
That don't make no sense.
To which I want to know how that makes any sense.
That don't make no sense
whatsoever.
What are you talking about?
I know her heart, so I know what she looks like. That's not.
No.
I don't. Yeah. I don't think that. Yeah, he keeps connecting things to sports, which is driving me nuts. And he proceeds to say, "I don't think it would have mattered if she wasn't my type." Okay, you don't think that at this moment because she is.
Right.
Like, I'm very.
It's easy to go back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people need to understand. Just don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You really went out your way to say that, and it makes you look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be like, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all I could ever ask for. Not, you know what? Like, I would, even if she did look like this, I still would have said yes now. Like, bro, come on.
Right, because it's like, I really do kind of, mind you, Ashley is gorgeous girl, and I'm really kind of upset that, not that she's gorgeous, but I'm upset that I think that she does in fact fit his, like, ideal
his stereotype
type.
Yeah, girl.
Like, cute, white, blonde hair, skinny, slay.
Yeah.
Like, not saying that they can't be your type, I just think that defeats the purpose of the experiment, that it happened to work out for him that way. I think it's funny, also, he keeps reiterating how much it didn't matter, but I think we counted that he told her how amazing she looked maybe 11 times.
Yeah.
And I'm one to love a compliment for sure. That just feels excessive.
Yeah, not gonna lie. I feel like that's gonna come up in the future. That's gonna be a problem later on in the future. I don't know how it's gonna develop, but mark my words. In the future, something's gonna happen to where he's gonna be like, it's gonna get to him a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
And I'm willing to bet, even if they make it through the experiment, that probably in the future, like, it would still probably become a problem at some point. And then I started to feel like we were intruding on something. They were a little too.
The camera person was way too long. But on to the next couple, please.
Yeah, I didn't like that. So after the reveal, we get one last little tidbit of Connor and Bree, and I didn't like it because he was beating around the bush about telling Bree that she was no longer his number one.
Yeah.
Which bothered me, and I understand he wasn't trying to hurt her feelings, but, like, we're too far into this for that at this point. She was a really good sport about it because she felt the same way. She has a different number one, so.
But she brought it up to him, though. I honestly don't like I was thinking the same thing. I was going to tell you. It's like.
Yeah.
Cap.
Exactly. That's where my beat around the bush kind of came from, because it's just like. Because he, not only did he wait for her to bring it up, he still beat around the bush once it was already, like, in the open. It's like, okay, she already told you that she's not picking you, so, like, there should be no fear of, obviously not being rude, but there should be no fear of being like, oh yeah, I have a better connection.
Yeah, there's no way Breezy didn't catch up on that too.
I'm so positive that she did. I just think it, so it's just the fact that, and him bouncing back and forth, because he was literally at the point to where I feel like he was going to dump Emma, and so this little switch up is still coming, and I feel like if Emma doesn't turn her back on him and they do end up being a couple, they're definitely lasting.
For sure.
I don't think it. But yeah, and that is the end of episode 3. For sure. We've got more episodes to come.
Yeah. That was great.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
Right now, my number 1 on the men's side is Vic.
Agreed.
Self-explanatory. My man carries himself to the highest degree. Went in there, got stuff done, and is in the top 1 couple that I have there on the women's side. Mine is Kia. Kia.
It's Kia.
Just because of how mature she is, she knew. I feel like out of all the women, she went in there with the knowing that there is competition and this is a situation where people will be talking to multiple people, and I feel like she's the only one that really kind of expressed that she's okay with that. Everybody else is kind of like, no, it's either me or the highway. That's great in real life, but come on.
Right.
This is like 10 days for me to figure out who I'm proposing to. So she's very mature. And the way she handled the Taylor situation, because the fridge situation when they were talking,
bro,
and she just said, you just want to hug it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was, you're doing too much at this point.
Absolutely.
Over here trying to create cliques within the group. We here to find love. What we doing? So
absolutely,
that's my 2 on each side, honestly.
Yeah. So our couples at the end of the 3 episodes are Vic and Christine, Jordan and Amber, and Alex and Ashley. Out of these 3 couples, I generally only think Vic, Christine, and Jordan and Amber will make it to the altar, and I confidently at this point can say that they'll say yes. If Alex and Ashley make it to the altar, I don't think they'll say yes.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll end up together. So far we've got 2 couples in the running to be married. That is 2 better than last year. So, we will have more to come as we continue to watch, as they continue to release episodes. I think the new episode comes out this Wednesday.
Yep.
If you are ahead of us, if you're watching with us, that's fun too. We're going to try to get you guys these out a little bit more quickly than our regularly scheduled pod episodes, just so that we can keep up with the watching schedule, with the release schedule as well. But yeah,
for sure. Follow us on all socials. What-a-dot-pod on Instagram, TikTok. Appreciate the love and support you've gotten from the YouTube shorts and TikToks. Thank you for the reactions and stuff. We're gonna keep giving those out. Video games is coming out soon. Honestly, there's a whole bunch of stuff coming out, and we can't wait for you to watch it. Honestly.
Yeah, give us all your thoughts about Love is Blind. We'd love to chit-chat with you guys, whether it be in the comments on YouTube or on our shorts as well. We are sponsored by Sign Me, where signs align. Please feel free to check it out. Download on Apple and Google Play Store. And that's all I've got, I think.
Yeah. Also, let me know if you want us to start live streaming or something like that. Like, we got Twitch, we got Instagram Live, we got TikTok Live. All that stuff. So, yeah, just let us know if you want to just see us in real-time action, because, we're expanding our brand.
Yeah, and let us know if there are any other just random vlogging opportunities you guys would like from me. Like I said, there will be something coming for spring break time, but for me personally, I was kind of just going to focus on holidays and trips for the time being. But if you want more of the everyday mundane things, like a day with me in the office or something of that nature, just let me know, because I can get that done for you guys.
Awesome. Well, catch y'all later.
Bye.
Catch ya.